So the jaw jacker is basically an automatic hook setting device that you can use instead of a tip up. You can use your own rod and you just set the rod up in the jaw jacker and it sets the hook for you. You don't even have to set the hook. So I'm gonna start this video off by showing you guys a few clips of fish that I've caught on the jaw jacker. What do you have? Oh, another little fish. First fish of the jaw jacker. It's a little largemouth. No, it's a largemouth. Oh, it's a walleye. It's a walleye. Yes! Yes! Walleye! Yes! It's a walleye. It's a nice walleye. Oh, it's a big walleye.
Holy shit!
Yes! That's a nice walleye. That's even better than the other one. That's really nice.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
This is the first ice fishing season that I've had the jaw jacker for. I've caught several species on it, including pike, walleye, trout, perch, and bass. It's a great thing. There aren't very many other products out there like it. So like I said, it's a device where you put your own rod in and you set it up. It's basically a spring mechanism. When the fish pulls on the line, the rod flies up and sets the hook into the jaws of the fish, like the name of the jaw jacker states. So yeah, I find it doesn't completely replace a tip up because there are some cases where tip ups are better, where you need to let the fish take a little bit of line before you set the hook. But anytime that you're worried about the fish spitting out the bait, or you're fishing for pike, walleye, or trout and you just want to set the hook on them right away, this is the option for you. So you set your own rod in the mechanism and it comes with two little bands that you put on the end of the rod. And yeah, so I'll show you that now. I'll show you exactly how to set the rod up in the rod holder. And yeah, I'll show you guys what happens when a fish bites it too. So this is what the jaw jacker looks like as soon as you take it out of the package. So there are a few steps involved in setting it up in order to catch fish. So first of all, you'll see this gray arm here. You're gonna extend that out. And depending on the length of your rod, I have sort of a medium length rod. So I'm gonna set it, there are 7 settings, so I'm gonna put this little metal bar thing in the 6th setting. And there's a little arrow telling you where to set it. And then the next step, there are 2 gray arms on the sides, and you extend those out as far as you can, or however far you would like. And then there are these 2 little blue sort of spikes that come out like that make a 90-degree angle with the plastic arms. So those stick into the ice just like that, as if this wooden box here, if that was the ice, you would just stick those in and then it wouldn't move. And then next step, this is the rod holder part. So there are 3 settings for that. I'm gonna put this little metal bar here in the 2nd setting. And then so this rod holder piece just stays like that. So this is completely set up now. Now all we have to do is insert the rod. So I'm gonna set this just like so. And here's my rod. And as you can see on the end here, I have the band that I put onto the end of my rod. And I just put my rod in there. So then once your rod is in the rod holder, you take this, you bend your rod down, and with this little band you just sort of open it up so you can put it on this thing that sticks out. You close this, don't let go of it or else the rod will fly up in your face. And then this little thing right here, you just move it up and you put the line in that slot right there. Make sure it isn't tangled. Make sure you didn't miss it when you do, because that's the most important part. And then you just leave your rod and you wait for it to go off. If we imagine that this is the ice and this is the hole, your bait, whether it be a minnow or whatever it is, sitting here, with the sensitivity, there's a little knob right here. You can adjust it so that even if the minnow's swimming lightly just like this, it won't pull it. But then when the fish comes along, starts swimming away, pops up like that, and then you can set your drag so that the fish can just take line, but the hook's also already set. So then you come over, you walk over to it, and you just grab your rod, and then you just start reeling in. And yeah. In real life there would be a fish on the end, but unfortunately it's minus 30 degrees out today, so there won't be any fishing, but yeah. So as far as I'm concerned, there are only two major products on the market of the similar type to the jaw jacker. There's the jaw jacker, and then there's another one called the automatic fisherman, I believe, and they're both similar. The jaw jacker is more popular from where I'm from. They sell it here more, so that's why I have one. I've never tried the other one, so I can't really say that it's better or worse, but there are other similar devices that don't do the same thing. There's something called the iFish Pro, which you put your rod into, and it's like a tip up. Whenever a fish pulls it, it sets a flag off, but it doesn't actually set the hook for you. This sets the hook for you, so you don't have to worry about really missing the fish. Yeah, on some days tip ups are better, but on a lot of days this is definitely useful. The only other thing that you have to be concerned about when you're using this is that it isn't too cold outside, because the holes can freeze, and then when the fish pulls on your line, the line will just get stuck in the ice and it won't set the jaw jacker off, rather than with the tip up, the spool is underwater so it doesn't freeze, so the fish can just take line and then you just set the hook. But on warmer days it's definitely really useful. I would definitely recommend it. In some places it isn't legal to use these. In Ontario it is, so make sure with your regulations that it is legal to use an automatic hook setting device wherever you're fishing. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to be using this a lot more this winter. Thanks for watching this video. Hopefully you think about buying one of these jaw jackers. They're very useful, and we will see you in the next video.